Hello and welcome to the Stepping in Freedom podcast, where it's all about helping you create the results you want. I'm Cleedra Gross, your host, speaker, author, and master life coach. So this week, we're going to be talking about creating your future self. This is the thing. Every result that you currently have in your life, the money you're making, how much you weigh, the relationships you're in, every single result that you have was because of a previous thought. Why? Because our thoughts determine how we feel. Our feelings then lead to action or inaction. And what we habitually do or don't do determines the results in our life. So, this whole think, feel, act cycle is how we are always creating results in our life. And so, we don't get the material to build our future by looking to our past. And the way that you know that you may be looking to your past to determine what you can do in the future is if you find yourself saying, I don't know who I am without my children being home, or I don't know who I am now that XYZ has happened. When you do that, or when we do that, we're all guilty. What we're doing is we're looking to the past for evidence of what we're capable of doing. And that's not the way we create new results in our life. We have to change our thinking in order to change the results that we are creating. Even if you change your actions, and maybe you can relate to this, you've changed your actions maybe around your health and you've worked out and you've been eating right, but you find yourself going back. And it's because becoming a person who doesn't have to be concerned about weight isn't a person who's consumed with working out and eating right. Let me go deeper with that. So, this whole concept of creating your future self comes from using specific thoughts from the perspective of you already having the result that you want. So, I'll go back to the example of health because most of us as women can relate to at some point wanting to lose weight. So instead of focusing on losing weight and striving and grasping to get there, this idea of creating your future self means already fast forwarding to the point where the weight that you want to release is gone. And when you sit in that place in your mind and you imagine, what would I be thinking if I was already at a point where all of the excess weight that I wanted to release was gone? What would I be thinking? How would I feel? What would I be doing? Your response to things would be different. You wouldn't be overreacting to a 1 or 2 pound gain on the scale in a week. So that's just an example. And so this week, what I want you to do is to write a future self letter. And the reason this is so powerful is because our body doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. This past weekend, my husband and I went to see Invisible Man. And for me, it was so scary. At one point, I had my coat on my head, and my husband was like, "You know, it's a movie." But because I am so visual and the what I was seeing on the screen was scaring me, that my body, in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna put my coat on my head so this invisible man can't get me, because it was kind of, I don't want to give it away in case you haven't seen it. But anyway, my point is, the bigger point is that our bodies cannot tell the difference between what is real and what's imagined in terms of how we feel. And so I want you to harness the feelings of your future self. And this is specifically how I want you to do it. So look at the areas of your life that you value the most. You know, for me, it's God, it's my husband, it's my mother, it's my family, it's my contribution to you all, those of you who listen to me, my clients. Look at that and then fast forward a year and see yourself already being that person. And I want you to spend some time actually experiencing what it feels like. And then write a letter to your present self from your future self. So the way that would look or sound is, Cledra, I'm so glad way back at the beginning of 2020 that you made a video about your future self, because so many of your clients met their weight loss goals. So many of your clients wrote books. So many of your clients started a business. And now you are able to be so thankful that you have helped so many people. So that's just an example. Like, that is really, when I do these podcasts, it's my prayer. Like, I visualize you taking what I'm sharing and implementing it, and it actually changing your life, because that is really what I see in the future. And so when you do this, you harness something really, really powerful. Like in the Bible, you're able to call those things or not that are not as though they were. And so I want you to call it out. Call it out and base it on the areas that you value the most. All right. So that's what I have for you this week. Listen, this entire series has been all about how to get it done. And I want you to be honest. Are you getting it done? Are you getting what you need to get done to create the results that you know you want to create in your life in this season? There is nothing like that feeling of being in complete alignment with what you know you're supposed to be doing right now. And if you're in that alignment, I celebrate you. But if you're not, I want to talk to you. So again, this week, I have opened up slots on my calendar to speak with a few people. These slots go fast, so you want to get on my calendar quickly so that you can talk about what you really want to create in the future. By the time you watch this video, I would have created 12 of these for this 12 podcasts for this year. But I saw the 12 at the end of December. And I want you to cultivate this skill of creating your future self. And I would love to help you. All right, that's what I have for you this week. Listen, I am so glad that you have joined me for another week. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of this new day, and I can't wait to see you next week or possibly talk to you on a call. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.